Redefining TV for kids.
Once upon a time, three little pigs named Peter, Paul, and Penny decided to leave their mother's cozy home to build houses of their own. It was a big day for the young pigs, as they had never lived away from home. Their mother, knowing the world could be harsh, gave them wise advice before they left. "Listen carefully, my children," she said. "The world is full of challenges and storms will come. Build your homes wisely with strong foundations so they will stand firm. Remember what Jesus said, 'A wise man builds his house on the rock.'" Peter rolled his eyes and laughed. "Mama, we'll be fine. I'll build quickly and have more time to relax." Paul shrugged. "I'll build strong enough, but I'm not going to spend all my time on it." Penny nodded thoughtfully. "I'll do as you say, Mama. I want my house to last." As they waved goodbye, the three little pigs set off, each with their own ideas about how to build their future. Peter, the oldest, was the first to find a spot for his house. He chose a sunny meadow filled with golden straw. "This is perfect," he said. "Straw is light, easy to stack, and I'll finish in no time." By the afternoon, Peter's house was complete. It was simple but cozy. Peter leaned back in a chair, proud of how quickly he had worked. "Why waste time building anything stronger?" he said to himself. "I can enjoy the sunshine while my siblings are still working." That evening, Penny passed by on her way to find bricks. "Peter, is this all you're building?" she asked, eyeing the straw walls. "Of course," Peter said, grinning. "It's quick and easy, and I'll have plenty of time to rest. Why work so hard?" Penny frowned. "Mama warned us to build wisely. Straw won't stand against a storm, or worse." Peter waved her off. "Stop worrying. I'll be fine." Paul found a grove of sturdy sticks and decided to build his house there. "Sticks are stronger than straw," he thought, "but they're still quick to stack. I'll have a decent house and time to enjoy myself." By the next evening, Paul's house was complete. It had a rustic charm, and Paul felt confident it would hold up. "Not bad for a day's work," he said, admiring his handiwork. When Penny passed by with her bricks, she paused. "Paul, are you sure this house will stand?" "Of course," Paul replied. "It's stronger than Peter's straw house, and I didn't have to work as hard as you. Sticks are plenty strong." Penny sighed. "The strongest houses are built with patience and care. Mama said storms will come." Paul laughed. "Your bricks are too much trouble. This will do just fine." Penny walked on until she found a sturdy spot on a hill. She gathered bricks, mortar, and tools and began the hard work of building her house. Day after day, she carefully laid each brick, making sure her foundation was strong. The other pigs teased her as they passed. "Still working, Penny?" Peter said, lounging in his straw hammock. "Why take so long?" Paul added. "Your house won't look any better than ours." But Penny didn't stop. "A strong house takes time," she said. "It's like the parable of the wise and foolish builders. I want my house to stand no matter what." Finally, after many days of hard work, Penny's brick house was finished. It was sturdy and warm, with strong walls and a secure roof. Penny smiled, knowing her house could withstand any storm. One dark evening, a hungry wolf crept out of the forest, his eyes gleaming with mischief. He sniffed the air and followed the scent of the pigs to Peter's straw house. Little pig, let me come in," the wolf growled, knocking on the door. Peter trembled inside. "Not by the hair of my chinny chin," he shouted. "Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down." The wolf took a deep breath and blew with all his might. The straw house crumbled instantly, and Peter ran out, squealing in terror. He fled to Paul's stick house. "Help! The wolf is coming!" he cried. Paul let him in, and they locked the door. "This house will hold," Paul said confidently. But moments later, the wolf arrived. Little pigs, let me come in, he snarled. Not by the hair of our chinny chins, they shouted. Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down. The wolf huffed and puffed, and though the stick house lasted longer than the straw, it eventually collapsed. Peter and Paul screamed and ran to Penny's brick house. Penny heard her brothers pounding on her door and quickly let them in. "What happened?" she asked. "The wolf is coming," Peter cried. "Your house is our only hope." Penny locked the door and said, "You're safe here. My house was built to last." Moments later, the wolf arrived. Little pigs, let me come in," he bellowed. "Not by the hair of our chinny chins, they shouted. Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down." The wolf huffed and puffed with all his might, but the brick house didn't budge. Exhausted, the wolf slunk away, defeated. The next morning, the three pigs sat together, reflecting on what had happened. "Your house saved us," Peter said to Penny. "I didn't think about how important it was to build strong." Paul nodded. "I thought my sticks would hold, but they weren't enough. You were the only one who built wisely." Penny smiled. "It's like what Mama taught us. Jesus said the wise man built his house on the rock. The storms came, but his house stood firm. I wanted my house to stand no matter what." Peter and Paul nodded. "From now on," Peter said, "we'll build our houses and our lives on a strong foundation."